You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Are you recording?
We are recording.
Okay.
Okay.
On your mark. Get set. Go. And I made him watch.
Intermissions.
You know what I just realized?
What's that?
We don't really do an intro for intermissions. Other than like the title intro.
Yeah.
Like we don't do an introduction, really, do we?
I guess not. No.
Oh. So hello and welcome to Intermissions. I'm your host, Eddie Page. And here with me is Troy Allen. Say hi, Troy.
Hi. How's it going?
It's going.
Well-
It's going.
Welcome back to And I Made Him Watch, and this week's intermissions episode.
Yeah, we're talking about Longlegs.
Longlegs.
Some of you might have seen Troy's TikTok that he posted. And in the beginning, there are, we're both there. And in the end, it's just Troy because the audio for the original didn't work out. So that's the reason why I wasn't there. But I also kind of don't share all the views that Troy has about the movie. So,
Well, coming from I don't know, trying to be open-minded about it.
mm-hmm.
It wasn't a bad movie.
No, I didn't. I never said it was bad. No.
I feel like if you go into it expecting a horror film, you're gonna be disappointed.
And a lot of people have been arguing over if it's a horror film or not.
I don't personally think it is.
I don't think it is horror either. It's more of a thriller, suspense.
Yeah.
Because it's, I wouldn't say serial killer movies are horror anyway.
No.
Horror tends to be more supernatural, mystical, like unearthly kind of things.
And there are a good bit of supernatural themes
Yes,
in this film.
but this film doesn't lean really into those themes until later on. Also, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen Longlegs, we're about to talk about it. So if you don't want to talk about it or hear any spoilers, don't listen to this episode. Come back later.
Yeah, save it until after you've seen the film.
When you have your own opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so to start things off, we'll go over the cast and their characters. So first things first, as we all know, Nicolas Cage is playing the titular character of Longlegs. I personally thought that Nicolas Cage brought the right level of crazy to the role.
Yeah, he did. I think he was perfect. He was amazing with it.
Yeah.
He did a great job. Absolutely insane.
I think what really blows my mind is like seeing him in this film and then remembering that he was in National Treasure, like trying to steal the Declaration of Independence and shit. I'm just like, how is this the same person? You know?
The prosthetics they used, the special effects makeup and everything was just so amazing. It was so good.
It was definitely on point for sure.
It was so creepy and just terrifying in a way.
Unsettling.
Very unsettling. The role that he was given, he just took it and like went off with it.
Mm-hmm.
It's absolutely insane.
Yeah.
He was my favorite part.
Yeah.
Honestly.
For sure. Next up, we have Maika Monroe.
Okay, yes.
Playing FBI Special Agent Lee Harker.
Mm-hmm.
So most of you may remember Maika from It Follows.
Yes.
Where she played the lead character in that film. And obviously she's no rookie when it comes to horror or psychological thriller. And you can definitely see that in this film. She's got some real acting chops.
She does. She has some acting chops.
And I feel like she was taking a lot of influence from, because obviously like this film takes a lot of influence from Silence of the Lambs.
Yes, sir.
And you can definitely see a lot of Clarice Sterling in her.
Oh yeah,
for sure. But overall, I'd say she did a really outstanding performance.
She did. I think it's never said, but it is implied throughout the film that something is, a little off about Lee, and I think it was they were trying to make her seem autistic.
Well, so in the very beginning, it's mentioned that she has these like psychic abilities.
And it's not really like straightforward with it.
No.
They say that she's super intuitive.
Right. Because she was able to look at a house and just by looking at it know that that's where the killer was in the beginning. It's not, obviously we're not talking about Longlegs at that point, but
No.
So obviously she has some sort of psychic, clairvoyant type abilities.
Well, it's that, and then the social interactions she has with her, other agents, and also with Ruth, or Ruby. Sorry, not Ruth. Ruby.
Mm-hmm.
She's kind of just awkward, and it really she really played into that, like not looking at someone's face when they're talking, no eye contact. And there was some parts where she is like in danger, and she is trying to do as she's been, trained to do, but she's panicking. And it was a little too damsel in distress a little bit sometimes for me. But other than that, she did an amazing job.
Yeah, I think she really did. And it really, I feel like her dynamic relationship with Longlegs was really strong, like especially in the scene where she finally meets Longlegs for the first time. And I remember reading that in that scene there's the sound of a heartbeat, and that was actually recorded live, so that's her real heartbeat. Because that's the first time during the production of the film that she actually got to see
I saw
Nick
that
Cage.
too. I saw that was on TikTok, I do believe.
Yeah, so I really like that. I like the fact that they brought that real life aspect into it.
He was that creepy looking. He's that strange, and like it's a sense of like awkwardness that he has that makes you uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Unsettling.
Yeah, for sure. So next up, we have actress Alicia Witt playing Ruth Harker, Lee Harker's mom. So Alicia is no newbie to horror either. So if you remember, back in the late 90s, might have been early 2000s, there was a movie that came out called Urban Legend.
Yeah.
So she was actually in that film as well. But in this film, Ruth is creepy. She's got problems.
She does. Alicia did a great job. The way she delivered her lines and how she spoke was so off-putting, though. Like, from the moment Lee has her first, like, phone call with her mom, and it's just this very awkward silence, and there's, like, very little communication going on. It's something, I knew something was wrong. Like, I was like, this is strange. This isn't how you speak to your mom. There's some really, like, big, deep trauma somewhere between these two.
Yeah.
And she sounded so, like, Midwestern to me.
Yeah.
And it was almost kind of, how she delivered her lines were a little, it sounded forced almost. But I think that was her character forcing herself to be, like, normal now that I've watched the whole movie.
So my take on her character and her portrayal of the character is kind of very Manson family-esque.
Ooh, brainwashed.
So
that makes sense.
If you've ever sing like interview footage from like Squeaky Fromm or anything like that, or it's almost
sing-songy almost.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's exactly what it is. So I think that's what she was trying to convey. That sort of psychological brainwashing sort of thing. And she did an amazing job. I mean, she came off very, very creepy. So next up, we have Blair Underwood as Agent Carter.
Great job.
he did a really outstanding job too. And he's kind of Lee Harker's boss in all this, kind of the agent in charge. But unfortunately, he meets an untimely demise in the end as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's one of those like what the fuck moments.
Yeah. So up to this point, I was really liking the movie.
Mm-hmm.
I was really like, because I had figured out the mom. I had suspected the mom being like some sort of weird connection to Longlegs, like mid movie. And when at the end, when she goes to Ruby's birthday party, and she kind of just stands there and watches what happens, I'm like, girl, you do something. Just don't stand there. It's a doll. Come on.
I don't know. Maybe she was in shock. I mean, it's possible.
She shouldn't be an FBI agent if she's that like in shock that easy. You have to act. You have to be able to get past that trauma and experience to act and to save people.
Yes.
And she just
Yes.
It was the ending for me that just it.
But the thing is obviously her character was written with a very specific flaw.
Mm-hmm.
And up to that point, she had seen a multitude of horrific things. You know, most notably at the end when she goes to her mother's house to confront her mom, and then her mom ambushes her partner in the car and witnesses her mom blowing her partner's brains out with the shotgun and stuff. So that in itself is traumatic. And whatever happened after the fact when her mom was out in the backyard and blew the doll's head off.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure what it is. Like maybe because there's like these sphere metal ball things in the doll's heads. And it's implied that they contain some sort of, I don't know. It's like they contain the devil's.
It's supposed to be an essence of him, like a piece of him. And if you noticed when he bashes on Brains in, his nose is made out of metal. So I guess, maybe it's the same material.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really go into detail or a backstory about that either. So it's an unanswered question, honestly.
Yeah. But in all honesty, though, I feel like Agent Carter was written to be that sort of, macho sort of guy that didn't really take any shit, but also like, I don't know. It's hard to explain.
He was written to be a male influence.
Yeah.
He was written to be a male influence. It was a point of power, and almost like a guidance, kind of like a teacher for Harker. And they create like a little bit of a relationship, and it's used against her. So
yeah. So,
but he like it. Ugh. The ending, I just can't.
It is hard to get over because I don't know. That didn't need to happen. I don't feel like it needed to happen.
Nope.
So yeah, that's basically the main cast though. Those are the main players. So let's talk about the story itself. So the film was written by Oz Perkins, which, if you don't know, Oz Perkins is the son of Anthony Perkins. And if you're film aficionados like us, you would know that Anthony Perkins played Norma Bates in Psycho, in the original Psycho. So it was already assumed that Oz Perkins was going to come with, horror abilities in a sense, you know. But let's be honest, he's a Nepo baby. So it's kind of a given. But overall, I felt like the story was good.
I felt like the story was, to a point, built really well and told very well. And the idea of this how it is, it's a very creative idea. And it's something we really haven't seen or, witnessed before, it does give Silence of the Lambs. It really does. It tons and tons and tons of, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Influenced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely influenced by that movie. And like I said, like, up to a point, it was really well done, and I was all for it. And then just how the ending happened, it felt like it was an easy...
It was like a cop-out.
Yeah, a little bit.
Ending.
A little bit of a cop-out.
But looking at the film without the ending, I felt like the rest of the film was really good.
Mm-hmm.
There were a lot of scenes that I really enjoyed watching. The whole the scene where Carter and Harker go to the farmhouse and they're going through the barn and all that stuff.
The barn, yes.
That was the right amount of creepiness.
Oh, it was so good.
There was a shot
following the upside down crosses.
Yeah,
Yes.
But so there's a shot when they first walk into the barn, and it's dark out. There's a thunderstorm rolling in, and they've got flashlights walking through this barn. But the camera holds on the door and begins like slowly pushing into the door. Mm-hmm. So like pushing out of the barn as they walk in. And that gives me the chills. Like, and it's what it's meant to do. Like, It's meant to be unsettling because you're expecting something to come into frame or whatnot, but nothing ever does. It's like, oh man, what movie is that? I think it's The Exorcist 3, where there's this long shot of a hallway and you see the nurse kind of going back and forth, and it's in like a psychiatric hospital or whatnot. But the nurse keeps going back and forth, and the shot lasts for like 3 minutes, and nothing happens. And then all of a sudden, you see the nurse walk by one last time, and then you see somebody following her with a fucking knife.
Yeah, that's it.
That is that fucking unnerving type of shot that
you expect something.
Oh man, and it gives you the fucking chills.
It's that type of shot that you see, and you're already like, oh, something's gonna happen. And then you give it time and nothing happens, and you kind of settle into like it being fine.
Yeah.
And then you get that shock value, and it just jolts you back in and pulls you back in.
Yeah, you let your guard down, and that's when it snatches the fucking rug out from underneath you.
And I'm talking a lot of shit about some of the aspects of this movie, especially ending, but how it was shot was fucking phenomenal. It is shot so wonderful. The different angles, the upshots in the beginning, like the cinematography in this movie is absolutely amazing.
Yes.
It did exactly what it needed to do. It delivered that eeriness, that it's almost mythical kind of, and it's just phenomenal. Honestly, yeah. I couldn't expect anything more from a movie. Honestly.
Yeah, I mean, you get everything from like upside down shots. These super long shots, and everything is just...
What was it? Like revertible kind of shot from like the top to the bottom and then upside down.
Yeah.
And what was that scene? That was when she was getting up after she passed out. And she's in the basement. Yeah. And we learned the fucking Longlegs was in the fucking basement the whole goddamn time.
Yeah, in the basement of her fucking mom's house. That was Longlegs' lair.
I did not expect that.
I didn't either.
That was something I didn't see coming.
There was a little giveaway shot after they first got to her mom's house in the end. Harker goes inside and her partner's still sitting in the car, and her partner looks over at the garage and you see the nose of Longlegs' car sticking out. So it's almost like a little fucking nod, like
how long had he been living down there? Like since the beginning?
Yeah. And it's explained.
And when she's interviewing him and he's like, when we found out you wanted to go to the law enforcement, we laughed and laughed like this bitch has been having like tea like with this man, like dishing out the tea.
Yeah.
Having little gossip sessions
with little pen pal, little correspondence pal.
Not even pen pal. They're like getting up in the middle of the night and just gossiping about her. Like, ooh.
Like, girl, you're not gonna believe this shit. So, but yeah, the cinematography in this film was on like masterpiece level. Like PA's la resistance, you know.
Yeah, is le resistance. I don't know.
And to make things better, the score and the
The
sound mixing and
soundtrack.
stuff, phenomenal.
Oh.
You've got like this 70s, like 70s, 80s vibe to it.
Well, it's set in the 90s, like the late 90s.
Yeah.
So Longlegs and her mom, like, you know, were raised in like the 60s and 70s.
Right.
So you get a lot of that like rock, that class rock and stuff.
Yeah. And then it's split up into like 3 parts.
Mm-hmm.
And I swear to God, it was like as soon as you get the title card for the second part, it's accompanied by this loud, like, I don't know, it's like imagine Psycho, right? You've got the scene where Janet Leigh
Mm-hmm.
is in the shower.
Mm-hmm.
And then you see the shadow coming through the shower curtain, and that's when you get the
yes.
Yeah, it's kind of like that, where it's supposed to be,
It's intense
jarring,
all of a sudden. Yeah.
So overall, though, like, out of 10, what would you give this movie?
Because of the ending, I'd probably get a 7.5.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's not bad.
No, it's not. It's not bad.
Yeah, I'd probably go with like an 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just that ending. I can't get over it. It could have been solved so many different ways, and it just seems like this was the easiest way.
True. I don't know, but there's also a lot of like constraints that you have to deal with in filmmaking.
Yeah.
You
true.
know, you have to write what you can feasibly shoot. You know, if, like, say I'm running on like a shoestring budget, I can't have a big.
Oh, what was the budget for this?
Oh, I have no idea. It probably was quite a bit. I mean, this movie was distributed by Neon, obviously, and Neon is definitely on the
10 million.
On the up and up. So 10 million is definitely nothing to shake a stick at.
No, but I mean,
I would imagine that most of that budget went to Nicolas Cage's salary.
maybe.
I don't know. I mean, Nicolas Cage is just one of those actors now that he can just do whatever the fuck he wants. I mean, you know, he won the Academy Award for Best Actor for Leaving Las Vegas. And ever since then, he's just kind of done whatever he wants to do. But, you know, that's kind of what you get, you know?
And what's the box office now?
So,
like 22.6 is what I'm reading.
Wikipedia is saying it was released by Neon on July 12th. It received positive reviews and grossed over 52 million worldwide. So box office right now is 53.9 million
worldwide. That's not bad. That's pretty good.
Definitely not bad. Could have been better though. Like I said, like, I don't know. Given the devil aspect to it, it is different.
Oh, so many people are like saying not to go watch it because it's demonic.
Oh,
so it's
like
up. It's just a movie. People need to like separate reality from like fantasy.
Yeah.
So like it's just a movie.
Like, what is the difference between me going to watch this quote unquote demonic film and then me going to read fucking Harry Potter or?
Oh, people hated Harry Potter and stuff too.
Yeah, but
I'm
just
called it
saying,
demonic.
like, you know, just because it's in a different medium doesn't make it any different.
I mean, when we were growing up, churches were saying Pokemon were demonic and evil.
Yeah.
Do you remember that? That's crazy.
Yeah.
That is absolutely insane. It's just, oh my God. Anyway, I'm gonna get into a rant. I can't do that. We gotta go.
So yeah. Anyways, that's our review on Longlegs.
Yeah. It's not really. Well, I guess it was kind of a review.
Yeah.
It's just a discussion.
Yeah. We'd love to hear your thoughts on it if you've seen it.
Yeah, you should go see it though.
You should definitely go see it.
Yeah.
The previews were fucking mint.
I was so excited for Nosferatu.
Yeah.
So excited for Nosferatu.
Nosferatu. Alien Romulus looks really
Yeah, Alien Romulus
good.
looks really good too.
Good. Trap. I'm excited for Trap.
Trap looks okay, yeah.
Come on, it's M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah, it is M. Night Shyamalan.
So there's gonna be a weird twist in the end.
Maybe.
Come on now. You've seen Signs.
Yeah, but his other movies were kind of meh.
Whatever. So anyways,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where can they find us?
Oh, well, you can always find us on the interwebs, on Spotify. Spotify is where we call home. You can also find us on YouTube, Castbox, Apple Podcasts, anywhere you get your podcasts.
Yeah, we everywhere, baby.
Yeah. You can also follow us on all our socials. We're on Facebook, where we just surpassed 700 followers.
Yeah.
Super
Are
excited
you
about
one
that.
of those followers? You should be.
You should be. If not, what are you doing with your life? We're also on TikTok. I've been trying to get back into TikTok.
Yeah.
And then also Instagram and Twitter. Be sure to get out there and follow us. Show us some support. We really, really, really do appreciate it.
Of course.
It gives us the motivation to continue doing this.
Yes, it does.
Episodes. So, with that being said, stay spooky.
Bye.